You don't need to go to the gym to build bigger shoulders. Bodyweight exercises can be more than enough to target all heads and grow them in an effective aesthetic way that gives you that wide look. If you look at most calisthenics athletes, you realize that they all surprisingly have huge delts without ever stepping foot in a gym. This proves that with the right exercises and knowledge, you can grow them without machines, which is exactly what I'm going to share in this video. I organize this into 3 steps, and the third step is a serious life hack when it comes to growing shoulders. So, to avoid wasting your time yapping, let's get into the action immediately. Step 1. The exercises. There are tens of different bodyweight exercises when it comes to shoulders, and they all work quietly well. But logically, there's always going to be some exercises that just work better than others. And I'm talking in terms of stretch, contraction, future progression, you get it. So what are these exercises? Well, they're actually quite common. We got pike push-ups and bodyweight face pulls, each with its own technique. Wait, that matters, because technique can make you target completely different muscles and end up looking like this guy. His name is Chris, and well, I'm pretty sure he has very tiny shoulders. For pike push-ups, we want to do it in a way that target both front delt and lateral head as much as we can. So get into a pike position like an upside-down V. Hands slightly wider than shoulder width. As you go down, bend your elbows while keeping them slightly outward just to hit the side and front delt more. For bodyweight face pulls, you grab a bar, lean back with arm extended, and pull your face towards the bar. Now here's what people actually do wrong with bodyweight face pulls. They treat it like a bodyweight row by tucking their elbows in instead of high and wide, so they're really just targeting their back. With the right exercises and right technique, you're still missing a very important key factor: total volume, which takes us to Step 2, reps, sets, and frequency. It will be the same for both exercises because we want to target all delts equally. So for building the shoulders, the recommended rep range is between 8 and 15 reps. Even if you follow the range, you'll still have small shoulders, unless you push hard. Reaching failure is the shit when it comes to training shoulders. And that's because you're triggering every last fiber. This is important. Why? Because it will force them to grow regardless of how stubborn they are. And that actually connects with both sets and frequency. But let's first talk about sets. Since you are going till failure and actually training hard, all you really need is 2 to 3 sets for each exercise, especially since they're both considered to be isolation movements. If you don't, however, train till failure, although you should, because if you watch my videos, you know how much training till failure is important to me. Anyways, what you can do is to increase your sets all the way to 3 to 4 sets. But how many sets per week does that lead us to? 3, 9, maybe 12? Well, that's where frequency comes into play. If you're training till failure, performing these exercises 1 to 2 times per week can be enough, which is equivalent to 4 to 6 sets, and of course, I mean per exercise. If you're training close to but not quiet till failure, 1 to 2 times per week is also recommended. Why? Because if you remember, we already made up for not training till failure by doing more sets, so the total sets now are equivalent to 6 to 8 sets per week. Now you know the exercises, technique, and volume. There's still one thing missing, which I said from the beginning to be the most important. That is Step 3, progression. Now this step is in fact the most important part of forcing your shoulders to grow. It's called progressive overload, and without it, muscles growth can never work because of progression's enemy, adaptation. So how does it work? How can you ensure you're implementing it right? It's actually quite simple. When you lift more weights, do more reps, or simply increase time under tension, you are telling your body that this is your new level. In response, your muscles must catch up to you by actually growing and getting stronger. If you find this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment what muscle I should cover next. Also, it's not really wise to have massive shoulders without massive arms to match. So here's a video that changes that.